Welcome to the Curly Hair Q&A show. I'm your host, Ken Nichols, and I'm here tonight with Melanie Nichols. She is the founder of the Raw Hair Organic Salon in beautiful Naples, Florida. It's one of the top curly hair salons in the country, and Melanie is one of the top curl and hair color experts anywhere in the world. She is also the founder of the Raw Curls brand of natural and organic curly hair products that can be found at rawhairorganics.com. So welcome to the show. If you're new here or you're a returning guest, this is show number 205 if you've been following along. So we're coming up on 4 years the way it looks, something like that. And I'm here tonight, as usual, with America's favorite curly hairstylist, Melanie Nichols. How are you tonight?
I'm good. I'm a little upset. I lost my necklace somewhere along the way running around today. So
What necklace?
I
Which
had
one?
a necklace on. It was
Oh.
a black and white one to go with my black and white.
Oh.
But I just realized that it's missing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it in your bra maybe? Did it fall down?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No.
Wasn't
No.
that?
No.
Okay. Well, sorry to hear that. Hopefully it'll show up in your car. Didn't that happen before and we found it in the car?
It
That
did.
does ring a bell.
Yes. Uh-huh.
It
Yeah.
does ring a
It
bell.
sure does. But yeah, other than that, I'm good. It's just a crazy Monday like usual, running around, and it always just seems like a million things to get done in only a short few hours.
Yeah. Monday's my busiest day. It's my craziest day. And today made it even worse because there was a whole lot of extracurricular type things going on. And per usual, we hadn't had any Gremlins in our podcast and video system for several weeks, and then one popped up tonight.
Yeah, it's been good. We have really
Yeah.
been running smoothly
We have.
since we've come back into the studio, but
Yeah. Yeah. And what's funny is I was laying in bed this morning and I was thinking to myself, and I thought, I need to call Eric up, and because I want him to take my laptop, and we've talked about this before in the past, and basically put it into into a mini briefcase / suitcase thing where we can do our podcast stuff on the road with all our good equipment, and do it live and whatever.
okay.
And we've got it all figured out. We have all the equipment. We've got all the spares, and then this happened. So I had to call him anyway. I haven't talked to him in a few weeks, so nice
So
to catch
it's your
up.
fault. It's your fault.
Right, like I jinxed it.
Yes.
Oh boy. Well, if this is your first episode with us, we are live streaming every Monday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in several different places, like we are tonight. On Facebook in the Curly Girl support group. In the Curly Girl Q&A group, the Diva Curl user support group, the Raw Curls user support group, the Curly Silvers support group, the Shea Moisture user support group, the Curly Hair Q&A show Facebook page. We are also live streaming on YouTube on the Curly Hair Q&A show YouTube channel. That's your best viewing and sound experience. Talked about that before, and that's where you can find in video all of the 205, the majority of them. The majority of the 205 previous issue shows archived there, as well as, I forget what I say. Is there like 100 of our daily question of the days?
At least.
There's about 100 of the Curly Hair Q&A question of the day shows are in there as well. They're
We are getting old.
I know we're going to start doing those again, and we talked about that. We just haven't had the time yet in 2021, but we are planning on doing those again, and because they're popular and they get a lot of hits, and we let them go, every day during the week. So if hearing us once a week isn't enough, you get to hear us 7 days a week. But those are popular because they're just little snippets and little
If you
bite
get
size.
tired of Ken, you just mute the sound. That's what we did this afternoon. We're like, oh, we can't hear Ken talking. He's on mute.
Yeah. So I got to stare at myself on a monitor.
You were talking. You were still talking.
I know.
That's the funny
because
thing.
I had things to add. Nobody was listening. That's why it ended. I said, this all better get done. But anyway, the Curly Hair Q&A Show YouTube channel, check it out, subscribe, hit that bell so you get an alert every time we go live or we launch a new video or whatever the heck. So the more subscribers we get on that YouTube channel, the more permissions YouTube gives us. So we can do other cool things. And you want to talk about cool things? We have cool things coming up that I'm not telling you about yet, but we have lots of cool things going on. Right.
Have you
Also,
told me yet?
yeah, we've talked about them. Oh, we haven't got to, well, here, let me get to the rest of it. We also live stream on Instagram at Raw Curls. Hey, Instagram, how are you guys tonight? So you can find us literally live streaming in, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 places every Monday night live stream.
Wow.
So you have no excuse if you can't hang out with us and
Here we are.
Here we are. Hello.
Hello.
Wait till we get that Alexa app made and Melanie's in your bathroom every single morning.
Good morning.
I don't know what to do with my curls. I do.
Good morning, curly hair.
Yeah, put a towel on, please. What? Also, now here.
Do I see frizz?
I actually have more information. I have actually some more news to go along with last week's news. We are also a 2019 and 2021 award-winning podcast, the Curly Hair Q&A Show. Yes. We the first week of, or not first week, January 1st, we were awarded the #2 ranked hair industry podcast that you must listen to and subscribe to in 2021. But here's what I have to add. I also found out this week, I can't wait to see how this year plays out. I also found out this week that we made 2 more best of lists of 2021 for hair industry podcasts. I can't remember the names of them right now, but what did I say? We're 8 on one and 12 on the other.
Something like that.
Yeah, 8 on one and 15 on the other and whatever. But we're top 20 3 places.
Wow.
I can't.
Those were hair industry podcasts?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep. One of them curly hair specific. So
very good.
Yeah. So
Did you
anyway,
get a trophy?
we did in 2019.
We did?
Yeah, it's a
Where is
virtual
it?
trophy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have it. It's in my
That's what they are
files.
now, a virtual.
I know. I'm hoping we get some more plaques because I want to start. We've got all these plaques. I want to start throwing them around. There's plaques. If you look behind, you can't see behind us, but on the wall behind us, there's actually plaques hidden.
You always wanted me to hang them in the salon. Why don't you hang them in here? You got plenty of bare walls.
Because nobody'd see them. You know why? Because
we really got to change that.
We are. Helen and I are going to do that tomorrow, as long as the sun's out, and it's supposed to be. They said, well, if anything, by the end of the week, it's supposed to be 80, which is what we need. We need sun and heat to put them up because they have to stretch. So, so anyway, you can listen to this episode and all the previous archived podcast shows and interviews on the Curly Hair Q&A Show podcast every Monday night. Usually by midnight Eastern time, a lot of times earlier than that with our new high-speed internet, which we'd been having problems with it all week, and today it kind of got fixed, and it was fixed in a stupid way I should have thought of. I never thought to do it. I had to actually call and have some automated robot tell me what to do. But anyway, they upload really quick now. So usually before midnight, sometimes as early as 9:30. You can listen to the podcast version wherever you consume your podcasts on places such as Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Radio Public, Podcast Addict, Podbean, and SoundCloud. So wherever you want to consume our 2-bit show, a 2-bit award-winning show,
Podbean.
you can. I know, it sounds funny.
Bean Pod.
It could be. Yeah. So anyway, you may be consuming a whole lot more of us this coming year in 2021 with the daily shows, and as I kind of hinted, I can't tell you the rest of it, but maybe with a portable version as well. We'll see what happens. We are sponsored tonight by the Raw Curls Academy. Helen, are we? We're Helen. We are sponsored tonight by the Raw Curls Academy. If you are a licensed, she can't hear us.
Oh, there she goes.
Okay, I forgot. Anyway, by the Raw Curls Academy, if you are a licensed professional stylist, we are hosting a ton of 2-day hands-on curly hair mastery workshops with curl specialist Melanie Nichols at the helm. We have a class coming up, and that's one of the things we got to talk about. Our next class coming up is this Sunday and Monday coming up, which is January 25th and 6th, is that right? 4th and 5th, 5th and 6th. Whatever the heck Sunday and Monday are.
4th and 25th.
At the Raw Hair Organic Salon in beautiful Naples, Florida. That's the good news. The bad news is that there's no spots left. That class is sold out. There might have to actually be some more bad news. What are your thoughts, Melanie? You going to make it up here for the podcast afterwards or no? What do you think?
You never know. I don't.
Depends.
Yeah.
It all depends on the class, right?
Right.
Because you've had them where that people have stayed late. And then
Yeah, like
sometimes
sometimes they want to stay, they're all excited. They want to cut each other's hair, and I have cleanup to do, and you just never know how it's going to go. This is a big class. So we'll see. We'll see how quickly they catch on, how fast they get through their models, and I have always a lot of questions to answer at the end and wrap things up. But also we do have enough models for this weekend. I know you had put out a post, and we thank you all for responding.
We got a lot of responses. Thank you.
We did, and it was great, and lots of really great potential models. So if you didn't get chosen this time, we will definitely, consider you for the next classes, because we have classes pretty much every month. So we're always in need of new models.
Yeah, so keep that in mind. We've got classes coming up as well. For the Raw Curls Academy 2-day workshop, February 20 at the Raw Hair Organic Salon in beautiful Naples, Florida. I want to preface that these are where they are. February 21st and 22nd, March 28th and 29th, May 23rd and 24th, June 27th and 28th, July 25th and 26th, and August 29th and 30th. And they fill up quickly, and you'll see them disappear on the website. So if you're interested in one, I would grab a spot, and you can find these and all the information on the classes at rawcurls.com/academy. So sign up today. It's the most comprehensive curly hair training for a professional stylist anywhere in the world. You're going to learn the most. You're going to learn the most the most techniques. You're going to master the most amount of skills, and it's the least amount of money. Yo, so
there you go.
Anyway, so there you go. So, all right. So that's it. All right. Hold on a second. Hold on a minute.
You forgot all your stuff.
Forgot the questions.
Oh my gosh. Why do you have this instead of your whiteboard? That's what they're
because it's hard to read from here. Because I've been kind of adjusting the cameras and whatever, and it's much easier to read. Have you ever seen my handwriting? Have you ever seen my? Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you, Helen. Forgot them on the printer.
Yes.
Anyway.
So I can share a fun fact.
There's a bunch.
While Ken is trying to reorganize.
Right. Yeah. Share a fun fact. What's going on? What's new?
We got our, what do you call it? Our check from the government. What is it called? Stimulus. We got our stimulus check. But the funny thing about it is we have not been able to deposit it because we don't have a joint banking account, and both of our names are on the check. So the lady informed me that the bank teller said, I can't deposit it because we both have to be on the account because both of our names are on the check.
I'll bet they do that on purpose.
I don't know. I was like, what do you mean? So.
Oh, man.
I don't know.
So that means we're not eating this week. All righty then. Great.
Yeah, what a bummer.
That's
So we got the check, but we can't deposit it.
Yeah. Well, that's a fun fact. That's not very fun. Oh my gosh.
Well, she did say we could cash it if we were together, but I told her the only time we're usually together is on a Sunday.
Right. Right. That's really pretty much.
Yeah.
Right.
And here we're together.
And here.
This doesn't help.
Yeah. So if a personal banker would actually show up here, we could get that done. But anyway, so what do you have in front of you today? For those of you who are listening on podcast, do you want to talk about that now, or do you want to talk about that later? Whatever that thing is. Do you want to talk about it?
Whatever that thing is.
I know what it is.
Oh. Well, I have my stuff here to do your hair.
Oh, okay.
It's my little trimmer, and this is my bag of shears. But have shears will travel.
So is this your is this your travel kit? Oh, hint, hint, hint,
hint,
hint, hint, hint,
hint. Yes. So this is my bag of shears. This is the magic.
It's very pretty, very very shiny.
I know. And one of my clients, this guy, he's always eyeing up my shear bag. He wants this. And I was actually going to buy him one at the show. I don't know, whenever that was, whenever the last show was that we went to. But anyway.
Almost 2 years ago.
I
Can you
know,
imagine
it's
that?
crazy. So, no, I brought this to clean up your sideburns and your eyebrows. I could almost trim them from here.
Thank God.
Yes.
Yeah, thank God.
So this is my equipment. We could have done it live, but that will be kind of difficult.
Yeah, that would be kind of difficult. But I'll get it afterwards. Hooray!
Yeah. I couldn't get here any quicker because I was preparing for the class. I needed to make copies of stuff, and it seems like the roads are crowded everywhere you go, and there's lines, and there's only, people are short-staffed, and so everything takes longer. So
yeah.
So
Welcome to beautiful Southwest Florida.
Everybody,
because you're all here.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Anyway,
well,
yay!
We're ready for the class.
I'm good. Yes, and I'm gonna get cleaned up. Yay!
Mm-hmm.
What if I need a color touch-up? And I need a color touch-up.
Well, I need a color touch-up too.
All right. Okay.
All right. Do we have questions?
All right. Let's get into some questions. All right. You can pass on this if you want to on this first one, but it was the first question that came up, so I'm bringing it up. Melanie, can you update us on your mom?
Oh. Yes, she has, she is in the hospital, and she, had some, like, I guess we'll call them complications right from the beginning. They had to give her 3 blood transfusions just to bring her blood levels up and try to, give her enough oxygen, because the cancer cells are overtaking her healthy cells, so that depletes her of oxygen. So she's been very, very short of breath. And then they did a bunch of lung scans and CAT scans, because she was still having so much trouble breathing and so weak. But everything, all her levels came up, and they started the chemo on yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah.
Yesterday. So
she's been in pretty good spirits. I've talked to her every day. She's been in there a week, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, a week
Yeah,
today.
that's right.
She's been in pretty good spirits.
A week. And she will be celebrating her birthday this week in the hospital, so I'm going to hopefully try to arrange something fun for her. But
yeah, like a sugar-free cake.
Yeah,
She'll love that.
Well, she said she's eating, but she says a little bit. So
Yeah, she's
I'll
not
get
eating.
her some kind of a cake.
I
and
know
I'm
it'll
sure
get her.
she'll eat
Yeah,
that.
I could guarantee I could get her to eat.
Yeah. So she's doing pretty good. 1 week down and 3 hopefully to go. I don't know if she's behind schedule now because of all of that. That kind of took
so it
an
might
extra
be
week.
another 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, she seems to be doing better this time than the original time. So
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
I'll say. We'll keep you posted
So far,
on that.
so good.
We'll keep you posted on that. Okay. All right. Boy, here's another question we get a lot, but I'm going to ask, when people ask, we're going to ask and we're going to answer. It doesn't matter. Melanie, if you had to pick one Holy Grail product, which would it be? It could be any line. It could be anything. I know.
It's so hard to just pick one. Oh, man.
I know what mine is.
You know what yours is?
Yeah, but it's not a Rock Girls product.
Yeah. I was like, what is it?
But I know what mine is.
Oh, that's so difficult. It's so hard to just pick one because I mean, I feel like I have to wash my hair. I don't know. I guess it would be the anti-frizz spray.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's something that I use literally daily. I use it on my wash days. I use it on my non-wash days. So that's something that I couldn't go without.
Hey, let's reword that question and see how you answer it. So, Melanie, if you were stranded on a deserted island and you could only have one curly hair product, what would it be? Movie Castaway,
Yeah.
a busted, crate from a shipping container on a cargo ship floats up onto shore, and you scramble to open it up. What do you pray is in it?
I would say this is probably going to surprise people, but in that instance, I would say the Raw Curls cleanser, because I feel like that would be the most important, is to wash my hair and keep it clean. It wouldn't matter about styling it so much. It's very conditioning, so that way I could, at least get my hair clean and somewhat conditioned all in one. And I could even use it as a body wash. So that one has multifunctions. That would be super important. And I guess I could go without the rest.
You know what my answer is?
Nobody asked you.
Okay. All right. Melanie,
what is it?
It would be a straight razor. Because I don't look good with a beard. So I could shave with it, right?
Yeah.
And I could also trim my eyebrows because they grow pretty rapidly.
You wouldn't trim your eyebrows with a straight razor.
Well, at least it would be something that had a sharp edge that I could cut it with.
You can't even trim his toenails. Like you are not gonna.
I could trim my toes. I
use
might
a
cut one of my
straight-
toes off.
Yeah.
But
You might cut one of your eyes off.
I might. Hey, that one guy who trimmed my eyebrows at one time did it with a straight razor.
That's what he does. We're talking about.
He did my eyelids.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
With a straight razor.
Mm-hmm. Just
With
a razor blade.
Without putting me under.
Yeah.
I was conscious.
And not even one cut or scrape.
Not a one.
They looked good.
It's one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He was like, the kid was like 14.
Yeah. Yeah.
Different culture.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
awesome.
for me it'd be
That's
straight
weird.
razor.
I would not. That's the one thing.
because I can shower in I can bathe in the ocean. You know, I can take the straight razor and I can shave my hair so I can be bald, so I don't have to wash my hair. Straight razor.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right, Melanie, what are your thoughts about? Oh, this is even better. These are great.
Ken's gonna have more scars on his head.
You should have saw it when I had chemo and I lost all my hair. I wasn't concerned about losing my hair for the sake of losing my hair. I know what my childhood was like, and I knew that when I lost all my hair, so would everybody else. Would know what my childhood was like.
You got hit on the head a few times.
Pretty rough. It's pretty rough.
Now we know.
Oh, now everybody knows. Yeah, it does not look good. Anyway, Melanie, what are your thoughts about shampoo and conditioner bars on curly hair? On curly hair.
I personally don't love the bars, but I can't say there's anything super wrong with them. There are some that I know are pure, somewhat, and clean. But I just can't get into it for, using it on the hair. That's just me personally. I'm not saying that there's anything, wrong with it. I just feel like they can't be as conditioning though, because of, the things I have to hold them together, being a solid form. And I could be totally wrong, but that's just how I feel. Even when I use clean organic, bars of soap on my body, it just feels more dry. No matter what.
I am not a fan of bars at all.
I'm just not a fan.
Mm-mm. No, I'm not either.
I have one in my shower right now just because I get them as gifts. And so, I go through them, I use them, but I would never use that on my hair.
I can't remember the details about this. You probably do, because I don't remember what we used it for or where it was that we had it, whatever. But do you remember when we had that? It was like an oat bar made out of oats or something like that. It was beige. Mm-hmm. And it was gritty with you remember that?
Mine is gritty right now, the one that I'm using from doTERRA.
Yeah. I used to wash my hands with it.
Yeah. But okay, and especially conditioner, if you had to get away with it for shampoo, whatever. But conditioner, how? It just, how are you you can't have that creamy, thick consistency to work through your hair and smooth it. And I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah. Every once in a while, people will ask me, are you going to do that for
No.
sustainability? And I'm like, no.
No. And it's such a mess in the shower, no matter what you put it on. You have those sponges. It's just never been a favorite thing of mine. But so, and to use it in your hair, no. Mm-mm.
Yeah. I had a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago online, I had a spirited discussion. It was, and it was a good discussion. It wasn't like anybody was mad or anything, but it was, it was a woman who had some questions for me, and to every answer I gave her, she had some counter answer that I had to counter back. It was quite spirited, but she asked, she said, are you guys thinking about going into any sustainable packaging? And I said, I said, well, first, tell me what, we use recycled plastics, tell me what. She said, well, what about those packets or pouches and whatever. And I said, well, I have a friend that manufactures them, and he's quoted me on them, and they're not as in the quantities that we buy them, and they're not as affordable and whatever, blah, blah. And so she said to me, well, then why don't you go to a heavy glass? And I'm like, I can't see using glass in a shower, and just to be more sustainable. I said, because I mean, you know how I am. I mean, can you imagine how many times I'd bust
2
bottles?
seconds.
Oh my God. Right, exactly. And I can't imagine. Can you imagine the lawsuits? There's no way. There is no way I'd do it just because of the liability.
Yeah.
And then her response back to me was, well, what about OA? And I'm like, good point. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I know they are. And every time I see them,
'em.
we actually have some at the salon, because we are an OA salon for hair color, aren't we? Or something like that.
Yeah. And I carry a few of their products.
Yeah, right. That's right. We do. But in the shower, I'm like, no, I can't.
It's crazy.
It's too big a risk.
I think about, the employees that I've had, and like, they're always busting and dropping
Stuff
things
that
and,
shouldn't bust, they're
right,
busting.
Like,
What
yeah,
happens when
exactly.
like yesterday, they're busting things that shouldn't break.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So yeah, I just well, and then everybody would complain because you'd have to raise the price, So it's like
Exactly, right. And she came back with another comment to me as well, because I said just not a great idea in the bathroom, and she said, I buy your skincare line and it's glass, and I use it in the bathroom.
Yeah, but it's not in the shower.
I'm like, yeah, but it's not in the shower, right?
It's not in the shower. Like
And they're much smaller. It's much easier. Here, I've got one right here on the table here. Here's a 1 ounce or a 1.9 ounce thing of eye cream. It's like, that ain't gonna break.
Yeah.
Is
that glass?
Yeah, on the inside here, but the outside's metal.
Like the vitamin C is, but yeah.
Oh, I've had people contact me about that. I can't believe it. I just bought this and I dropped it.
Exactly.
Yep.
Or they knock it over, whatever. So think about, in the shower when your hands are wet. I mean, just forget about it, yeah. So totally different. Yeah. Skincare products a lot of times are in glass bottles, but you're, using them on the sink.
And they're
when you're
much smaller.
Yeah. And when your hands are dry.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. Oh, wait. I always thought, that this is crazy and, good for them, but I just can't see it being something working for us.
No. No. I just can't.
Yeah. And then what happens when that happens in the shower and it breaks, and then, what do you do to clean that up?
I don't know. I don't know. Now, as far as those pouches, again, like I said, it just, at this point, it doesn't really work for us. But in 2021, depending on COVID delays, supply, she likes them. Melanie likes them. The COVID delayed, supply chain delays, we may go to pouches more out of need than, for me, want, but for need. I got to contact my friend Gary.
And I have to tell you something.
And he has not hounded me either.
I'll tell you something. The OA pumps, oh my God. People complain about our pumps. They're terrible. Oh my gosh. Well, I don't know. This is maybe only on certain products. And the product itself is great. Like we have their, let's call it Violet toning shampoo. And I have that it's in a big, glass bottle on the back bar. But there's a little rubber stopper on the pump, and it comes out. And it's been on multiple bottles. I've had that issue. So the little stopper comes out every time you pump it. And if you don't have that in, it leaks all over the place. So
why don't you just grab one of our pumps then?
Doesn't
Stick
work.
it in there.
Doesn't fit. It's
the neck size?
Mm-hmm. I've tried different ones. Oh my gosh, it drives me crazy.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Melanie, I have fine, thinning, losing my curls kind of hair. It seems too soft. Do you have any suggestions?
Fine, thinning.
And she's losing her curl.
So first of all, I always recommend starting with trying to clarify using the right products and a haircut. a lot of times that'll just bounce the curls back. I just realized I didn't even get to post pictures. Oh my gosh, I had such a busy week. It was insane. And the whole month is like that.
The
Actually,
whole month.
through March is like that. But I have pictures of my client Patty with the fine thin hair, and she came in. It's been a while.
Party Patty?
Mm-mm.
Different
No,
Patty.
the Patty that I use that I brushed.
Oh, yeah,
with the
okay.
gray hair.
Yeah.
And her hair was almost like straight. It was long, and she hardly had any curl. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've never seen it that straight before. So anyway, I just gave her, it's time for a haircut. Gave her a haircut, and voila, her curls were back. So I haven't posted those pictures yet. I was just looking at them at a stoplight on the way here, and I will do that. But, usually that does a trick. A lot of times it just needs a haircut, proper haircut, and the proper products, and it makes all the difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Firm gel.
Firm gel. All right. Melanie, I was using Luss products for about 2 years, unaware of the buildup it would cause my hair. You should have been in our Curly Girl support group on Facebook because you would have known all about it. 1 week ago, I used Malibu Hard Water Wellness, followed by Raw Curls Deep Conditioning Mask. I wash every 3 to 4 days due to dry hair and scalp. This is after Raw Curls shampoo and conditioner, anti-frizz spray, then medium hold gel. I dried with a flour sack towel and diffuser. I feel like my curls are very inconsistent with an odd pattern. My last haircut was probably 4 months ago and was a quote-unquote diva cut. That always scares me when people say that, because she didn't say by a trained diva curl trained styles. Right. Okay. I'm having some self-image issues, so maybe my curls aren't as ugly, uneven as I think. I just wanted opinion on what I can do to improve them, or if I just need to give myself some grace. Thanks. Can I point out one thing that I caught right at the beginning, and I don't want to forget it in case you forgot it because it was like in the second sentence? And I'll just throw it out to you, and then you answer it however you want.
Okay.
She used Malibu Sea Hard Water
Yes.
Wellness. Maybe she needed to use Undo Goo.
Correct. And that's something I was going to say. Absolutely. So I don't know. People are getting, that mixed up because I know.
Yeah.
You might. I guess you're offering it on the website.
It's on the rawhairorganics.com website. It's the cheapest anywhere in the world. $8 a bottle.
Why are you doing that?
Because I want people to use it, and people wouldn't buy it because they said, I spent this much money on products. I'm not spending another penny on hair products.
Well,
and then they wouldn't work.
That's
and I knew it was built up.
That's
So
crazy.
I'm selling it to them at my cost, $8 a bottle. But that ain't going to last forever. So don't get all, expecting it and whatnot. But yeah, 9-ounce bottles of Malibu Sea Hard Water Wellness or Malibu Sea Undo Goo, $8. Rawhairorganics.com.
Yeah.
There is nowhere cheaper. Anyway.
Typically, for buildup, for just regular buildup, like for products, you're going to want to use the Undo Goo. So I would recommend that. Then definitely time for a haircut because it's been 4 months. And yeah, don't be so hard on yourself. We all are. I know it's, we're very self-critical, and we need to stop that. We need to be more positive. And I'm talking to myself too.
You got Murphy's attention when you said that. And she's
When
like,
I
I'm
said,
just
"Stop
laying
it."
here. I'm just laying here.
Aw, poor Murph. She needs a better self-image as well.
She does.
No. But yeah. So even, like today, people, we always talk about the frizz thing, people freaking out about frizz or, little gray hairs. And I do this too. It's like we're so quick to point out things, right away. It's like, oh my gosh, I have all this gray, and a lot of times people wouldn't notice if we didn't just point it out. But like I was going to actually point out, the difference of, when you take your time to really style your hair right. Because I was in a rush this morning, and so where are they? I have these straight pieces on the ends of my hair. I noticed as I was running around, I'm like, oh, there's all this straight hair because I didn't do a thorough job. So but the cool thing about having curls is you just take them and tuck them in and hide them. So nobody would know. And there you have it. But it does make a difference when you thoroughly apply your products, which is what I preach all the time. You're going to get your best results. Don't rush it like I did.
And don't rush it. Yeah.
You know why I did? I didn't even tell you this. I spent probably 15 minutes chasing. I thought I was going to say a copperhead, but I think it was a what's the
The
snake?
coral head or coral? No, it's coral. Yeah. Well, I can't think of the name of it, but yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but not a copperhead. But
No.
because the whole thing was orange.
Holy cow. Where was this?
In our driveway.
In our driveway?
Yeah, it was about
5 feet long.
4 feet long.
4 feet long?
Yeah.
By the house or by the street?
In our driveway, close to the house, like halfway to the house.
You're kidding.
What do I? It's not a coral head. It's a coral.
Well, the black ones are the garden snakes, the grass snakes.
No, it was an orange one.
Yeah, I can't think of what they're called.
Ah,
That does ring a bell. Coral. Something.
you're no help.
At least it's not a copperhead.
You're supposed to be. It's poisonous.
I know. Still.
It was all orange and bright. So I took a big palm frond and I chased it out of the yard. I just poked at it and it kept crawling and crawling and I wanted to come closer to the house, so I had to keep poking at it, and I didn't want it to crawl towards the back where I let Murphy out. So I just kept guiding it, and a bunch of times it kind of turned and, like bit at the stick and whatever, but it was long enough that I could just keep poking it and guiding it to the neighbor's house. Sorry.
Yeah. So, so in the future, if you're planning on making a trip to the Curl Institute for classes, keep that in mind too. Keep your eyes open. Well, then let me ask you. So since
that's why I ran late and was rushed with my hair.
Well, then the obvious question becomes, so what are you more scared of at the house? Snakes or bears?
Oh gosh. Snakes.
Yeah.
You can't see them. Bears you can see, and they're kind of slow and
right.
I don't know.
And they don't really care. And
yeah.
they just want to know where the trash can is. Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
If a bear's I'm much less afraid of a bear being in the driveway because he won't stay. He'll leave. If you saw the video on our Facebook page, you'll see you got to honk your horn and shine the lights at them a lot, but they leave eventually. But snakes?
Well, I guess that wasn't it, because I just looked at the picture of the coral snake, and that's not it. So maybe it was a copperhead, but the whole body was orange.
God.
Anyway.
Murphy,
Yuck.
Murph.
Ooh, it was gross.
Careful. All right. Okay, Melanie, do you have any tips for flat roots on fine, thin 3A curls?
Fine, thin 3A curls. See, I guess, yeah, it looked like this, but it was much brighter.
Let me see. Show me.
Yeah, that was it. So I guess it is a copper. It is a copperhead, but it was so much brighter orange. This one says a baby one, but anyway, it looked like that. But
4 feet is not a baby.
No, it wasn't a baby.
Ooh.
Yeah, but it was much brighter orange.
Yep.
I mean, I saw it. I was coming back from my run. And I was like, is that a snake in the driveway?
Yeah. Do you remember a couple of months ago when we were rollerblading on the street and all of a sudden I was like, whoa.
Yeah. But it was bigger. This is the biggest one I've seen.
Wow.
But, ooh, yeah.
Great. It's at our house. Wonderful.
Yeah. So
well,
now,
no, that's at the neighbor's house.
Well, I hope it didn't crawl back, because, oh gosh. Anyway, so what was the question?
All right. Melanie, do you have any tips for flat roots on fine, thin 3A curls?
So lots of tips. There's so many things that we do to help get lift on the roots, starting with applying the products properly from root to end. You can use a mousse to give some added fullness, but then I always like to use more of a firm gel with fine hair and get more bounce, more hold. And then when you're applying your products, you're going to want to, when you get to the top, you want to make sure that you're lifting that hair up. A lot of people make that mistake where they're actually pulling the product through the hair in a downward motion. You want to pull it straight up and get that lift. And then I love, the trick of going through with a Denman brush. That's another great way to get extra lift and clumping. I have videos of that on YouTube. I know they're everywhere from the lockdown. But again, when you're even using the brush, you're making sure that you're lifting that hair from underneath and lifting it up. And then letting it, it lifts that root up so nice, and then it just falls in its own natural curl pattern. I almost feel like a lot of times I don't even have to pin the hair after that. It's amazing. But just to add extra security. I do, to support that lift that we just put in the hair. So first of all, I flip the head over, I squeeze out the excess water, set and lock that curl with a flour sack towel, then come up and just support that lift at the scalp with the pins. I love the pinning technique that we also have videos of. I teach it as a 3-piece. So you're going to pin the hair at the root to just support that lift that we put in. And that's it. Then I let it partially air dry and diffuse. And I love the last thing that I use to get, even more lift or just support what I put in the hair is the CIC Beauty diffuser, because it has that root lifter attachment and it's incredible. So you just stick it in there. It has the long prongs. You're able to just lift and support that hair and dry it fully to the root. Amazing.
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 Cool. All right. Before I forget, I'm going to make an announcement. I talked about this last week and the week before, but I'm going to give you the formal announcement tonight.
Also,
Monday.
You know what I didn't say? For extra lift, when you're diffusing, I like to do that upside down.
Upside down. Okay, good. All right.
How does that? Who sings that?
I think that was the point. Was that the Pointer Sisters? Somebody help me out.
You're getting bad on your trivia.
Was that the Pointer? No, it wouldn't have been Pointer Systems. Pointer Sisters. It would have been. Let me think.
Do I need to look it up?
Evelyn King. No. Oh no. Diana Ross. Diana Ross. Oh, it's upside down.
Upside down.
Diana Ross.
Okay.
In her fro days. No, she wasn't. It was her skinny. She was really skinny. But anyway. All right. Next question. Diana Ross.
Okay.
Okay. Melanie.
Ross, you were correct. Diana Ross.
See, there you go.
Good job.
I know my 80s songs. Because I lived it. All right. Oh, yeah. The announcement. I didn't get to make the announcement. Okay. Formal announcement. Monday, February 15th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time on a Monday. That's right after this show. We'll do about a 45-minute show on here, this podcast. And then we're going to do another half-hour show right afterwards in the Curly Silvers group, talking about nothing but curly silver hair and all the related issues.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have for
those clients.
Yeah. And the thing is that the reason I started thinking about doing this is we started the Curly Silver support group because there are a lot of people trying to embrace their grays and whatever.
I'm not one of them.
I'm not one of them either, but that group grew so big so fast. And I feel if I'm totally transparent, we don't give those women or that group enough of our attention. We don't, because whenever I do because we're both really busy. Everybody here around us here is very busy. Not that that's an excuse. I mean, everybody's busy. I get that. Right. But I see there's so much, interaction goes in there between them. And there's nobody who's a professional that can give any guidance. And I'm like, that's why I said a couple of weeks ago, I'm like, see, we're just going to do a show on it. We're going to do a show in that group. We're not going to broadcast it everywhere else. Who could we have? Do you have anybody in mind?
I have lots of clients.
Maybe we will. That's a good idea. But we'll talk about that. But that's going to be February 15th. And
that's right after Valentine's Day.
It is. February is going to be a busy month. I got a lot going on. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're getting older.
I have that. I've got a lot to do. There's a lot going on. Anyway. All right. Okay. Next. I have a 4-year-old princess.
Oh, you do?
Her hair is beautiful. No, I do not.
Wow.
No, I do not. I have a 13-year-old princess.
That's all kinds of secrets coming out.
I have a 13-year-old princess.
This was in your closet.
It'd be more than my closet. Jeez. It's a miracle.
Did you just snort?
It's a miracle. What?
You just snorted.
No. Did I? I didn't mean to. I have a 13-year-old princess, and she's walking around here somewhere. I have a 4-year-old princess. Her hair is beautiful, but I don't know how to keep it hydrated. It gets crazy in a week. Do you have any tips, advice, products you suggest? I have no idea what her hair type is considered or where to start, but I want it to stay moisturized. Thank you in advance.
You know, kids are tough in
Yeah,
general.
in general.
Yeah. But because they're kids. They're running around. They're not going to, take care of their hair like adults would be expected to. So, I always say try to keep it simple with them. Anti-frizz spray for sure is going to be, or light leave-in spray conditioner is going to be your friend. Just detangle the hair to moisturize the hair. And then also, it would be good to have a great conditioner, if not, like the Raw Curls conditioning mask as a treatment. That's going to give you the most moisture as like a moisturizing mask treatment. So I think, probably many times kids aren't getting their hair washed every day, so that would help to keep it, additionally moisturized. But in between, I think, again, going back to that number one product that is necessary is going to be like the Raw Curls Anti-Frizz Spray or something like it in another line. Because you're going to use that daily, and it's just so quick and easy. And I know kids hate to have their hair fussed with, so you can just spritz it on, use your fingers, calm it down, re-moisten it, bam, done. So that's what I would do if I had kids, for sure.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we always suggest and recommend putting the hair up when you're sleeping, no matter what the age. If her hair is long enough, loose pineapple on top of the head, silk satin pillowcase or the pillowcase. That's all going to be helpful. They're not going to keep a bonnet on, so those, are little things that you can start to do to help kind of control the hair while they're, tossing and turning a bed and all that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Melanie, if all my hair products are a good moisture protein balance and I use a protein free deep conditioner, do I still need to do protein treatments?
Probably not. That's kind of an as needed. So from what it sounds like they're using, I would say it's probably not necessary unless I don't know what else they're doing to their hair. Now, if this is somebody who is like got really dark brown or black hair and they're, highlighting the heck out of it to make it blonde where it's absolutely like, depleted, and I always call it fried hair, where it's, broken down so that it doesn't have that elasticity anymore, it's over processed. Well, then you're going to need protein because you need to try to repair and re-strengthen the damage that's been done. So we don't have that information, but on regular hair, I would say that that's sufficient. Again, protein is going to be, more protein is going to be just as needed.
Okay.
If the hair is deproteinized, I'll say, where it is broken down, like I'm talking about, to the point of, being damaged and broken, or you've never been using any protein, a lot of times that's a missing link, because if the hair is lacking that, it can't hold on to the moisture either. So it's going to actually help, hang on to that hydration in the hair.
Okay. Melanie, I would really like to wash my hair at night. I wash, add product, place in a satin cap. When I wake up and take off my cap, my hair likes to just kind of stand straight up, especially the back. What can a short-haired person do?
And that reminds me of the earlier question where she was talking about having wonky curls, where she said she wraps her hair with a flour sack towel. And this question does come up and has a lot recently in the salon, and that's another thing. I know, it's a process that's out there, but I'm not a huge fan of doing it myself, is the plopping and that, wrapping your hair and letting it dry in a towel, because to me, I feel like it's like
Is it almost like setting it because it's drying in a position you don't want it to be in?
it's not letting my curls be in their natural state,
Yeah.
we'll just say. So it's affecting the natural curl pattern for me. And I've had clients have a problem with that, and I think that was their issue as well. I like to squeeze the hair and blot it and then let it fall and dry in its natural state. I'm not saying that it can't, if it works for you, great. But I just find that a lot of times when people are saying they wrap their hair or they let it dry like that overnight wrapped, and they're having issues with the curl pattern or having crazy pieces or wonky curls, that can be why, because you're disturbing that natural curl pattern. I mean, even when I put my hair up in a pineapple and I take it down, sometimes I get a funny piece because I had to wrap it around, pin it, where the pin was or the clip, or, sometimes, I have to re-moisten with the anti-frizz spray and reshape that curl a little bit and, work with it so that it falls back into its natural curl pattern. So I am not, that's another thing. Oh, this seems to be the theme tonight. I'm not a real fan of washing my hair at night and going to bed with it wet. My curls would never work out good that way.
Yeah, every once in a while, like if we travel
Ugh.
and we get home on a flight and it's like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, those
3
are
in
like,
the morning was
yeah,
the last
or
one.
3 in the morning was the last one, right? And
Oh my
Melanie will make the
gosh.
comment every time. She's like, "Oh, I can't believe I'm going to have to take a shower and wash my hair, before I go to bed."
Yeah, but what I literally do on those nights and in those instances is I actually end up washing and then putting a conditioning treatment in my hair and just wrapping it on the top of my head and going to bed like that. I don't expect it to set where I can just take it down tomorrow and have this perfect curly hair. There's no way. So I just give it a treatment, and then I know that I'm going to get up early and re-wet and rinse my hair out and then, style it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I don't like to go to bed with wet hair, and I don't see, for me, I just can't imagine that for too many people it's going to turn out, to have good results when you're laying on your head and having wet hair. I mean, something's going to go awry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Melanie, I've got, you want to do one more question or two?
Yeah. And even, when I talk about styling the hair, that's the thing. Like people, when I have a client and they want to get in there and start touching their hair before it's, dried and set, that's what causes problems. It's like, I don't mind touching the hair when it's dry because the curls are set and we have the anti-frizz spray in there and everything. But when the hair is wet and you're touching it, you're disrupting it. You're going to cause frizz. You're going to break down the curl, so it just causes problems.
Just causes problems. Kind of like Murphy Murph.
Yeah, problems.
Kind of like, she's been good the last day or two.
Yeah, she was pretty good at the accountants.
Pretty good? Yeah, pretty good. All right, Melanie, I'm ready to go back to blow drying my hair.
Uh-oh.
I'm using the EcoSlay Orange Marmalade Cream Gel.
That's really popular.
Yeah, it is. And I find myself needing to refresh the next day, and wash day 3. I want to at least get 3 full days and wash day 4. My hair legit looks frizzy the next day. And yes, I deep condition, and yes, all water soluble products. What styling products give your hair at least 3 full days of good hair? Okay, I'll sit back while you answer this.
Why are you going to sit back?
Because that's a lengthy answer, because I figured you're going to go into the explanation of it's not a contest. If you can't go 4 days, you can't go 4 days. Not everybody can. Not everybody can go 3. Not everybody can go 2.
Well, that's true. So, I always tell people you need to wash as needed. You're right. It isn't a contest. However, the way that you're going to get the longest lasting curls is to start with the firmest product and applying it properly, and then, setting the hair properly, drying it. Anyway, but the stronger the styling product, the longer the lasting of the curl is. So that's why I like to use the firm hold gel of Raw Curls, because I get, the strongest curl from the beginning, and then it gives me more days that it's going to break down over. If I start with a mousse or a cream, forget it. I mean, it's already soft from the get-go. So I have no cast that's going to, continue to break down. So if you're looking to get longer lasting curls, you're going to have to start with something more firm, because the softer the hair, you just don't have that cast to it. It's already going to, start getting flyaways and frizzies, and then you keep adding more products that are, just probably more like greasy, like the pomades or the shine serums. So, yeah. That's what I would recommend, starting with something more firm with more of a cast, and then, you have a better chance of getting longer lasting curls.
Okay, good. All right, last question, and we'll wrap it up. Right. Melanie. All right. Frizz and knots, the story of my life.
Ooh.
Just how do you handle knots? I get dread-like locks, and it's driving me crazy.
Well, and this goes along with that last question, and for her too. Again, trying to preserve your curls as best as you can when you sleep is really important. Pinning the hair up like in a loose pineapple is going to help you get more days. The less you're rolling around on it at night and disturbing that curl pattern, the better. You're going to get longer lasting curls because, the more they're being roughened and disturbed.
Is that a word? Roughened?
Roughened. I think so. Manhandled. I don't know.
I like it.
Yeah. Rough. I don't know. Yeah, it's a word, isn't it?
I don't know.
Scrabble. I would use it in Scrabble.
Of course you would. Even though you didn't know the definition, you'd use it.
It's roughening. Roughen.
Okay.
Yeah. So knots. Well, a lot of times that's the problem. But the hair blowing in the wind, all these things, my hair kept getting caught on my necklace the other day, all these things help cause, little knots in the hair, split ends that, cause it to tangle. What was her problem? Tangles and knots?
Tangles and knots.
Tangles and knots.
That's it. She's getting dread-like locks, and it's driving her crazy.
Okay. So first of all, you got to make sure that you're fully detangling. Yeah, fully detangle on your wash days. That's super important because if you're not getting the knots, you're not getting the knots out.
Get it? You said it funny.
I know. Then it's going to continue to tangle and mat and, continue to get worse. So, it's really important to get that all fully detangled on wash days. And then on non-wash days, use something, again, like the Raw Curls Anti-Frizz Spray, which is a detangler, a moistening spray. A lot of lines have something similar where you're spritzing it in the hair. When was it? Oh, yesterday, because it was my day 4 and I didn't want to wash my hair. So I was trying to put it in a braid and I had a bad knot. You saw me.
Yeah.
I couldn't even separate my hair. I had a knot from, putting it up and however I tangled it sleeping. And I think that was the day that it was getting, kind of getting tangled already on a necklace. So, I made sure I didn't want to really pull my hair apart because it was just too knotted and too stuck. And so I ended up letting go of my sections and I took the Raw Curls Anti-Frizz Spray and I sprayed it in. But that wasn't even enough to be able to detangle it with my fingers. Sometimes I've had to do this. I had a bad enough knot and a tangle that I then took my wet brush and I moistened it enough and I brushed out. Yep.
Really?
Wow. Yep. And I detangled it because I didn't want to, pull and snap the hair.
Do you? People have asked about this. Do you think you could do a video with a camera of you doing it to someone in a sink or a shampoo bowl at the salon, detangling and showing people how to do it with conditioner and water? Because some people might not understand the way you're describing it. Get it? Not understand.
We do have that.
I don't think we do. Not in the bowl where you can see it. Not as a standalone.
We have it in the video when Chadwick was doing my hair.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not a tutorial. I mean, that whole video is 3.5 minutes long. It's everything is a flash.
Yeah, I guess.
If you've never seen a weed ad cut, take a look at our YouTube channel and punch in Chadwick weed ad, and you'll get to see a weed ad cut start to finish on Melanie at her salon. I swear to God.
You don't see it.
Well,
no, that's not true.
He walks you through it. He tells you about what it is and how you
don't see a weed ad start.
Then don't go to
start
it.
To finish.
Don't go to it. Don't go to it.
Don't go to it. Well,
don't go to it.
Yeah, you see him cut my hair, but you do not see it. The steps from start to finish. That's proprietary information. But so you see bits and pieces of it, and you see the final results. So yeah, but maybe, I mean, we could, I guess, videotape that. I'm not sure when. That's something that has to be. It can't just be done while I'm working on a client. So it's something that we have to do on a weekend.
So if we're filming other things, that would be something we'd throw in while we were filming other things. When we have everybody there and all the equipment and all our people and all our lighting and all our other
good idea. Yeah,
stuff.
I guess we haven't done that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that's it. Okay. That's it. That's all I got for this week, this week's episode. Hey, if you're in any of our curly hair Facebook groups, I'll give you just a little hint. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but maybe Friday morning, you might want to look early for a post from me. Maybe. You might. Because we've got all kinds of fun stuff going on around here, and we might be I might be talking about some stuff on Friday morning. We'll see. And you'd want to be one of the first. Trust me, you would. So anyway, okay, we'll see you next week, Monday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, same time, same day, just like every single week for episode 206. And
what are you gonna do if I can't be here?
If you're not here, I'm probably gonna do a live Ask Me Anything.
Wow.
I'm not advertising that, but I may do it. For those of you who've been along a long time, like when I started this show myself, before Melanie came on, I did that probably once a week. But there's good and bad to it. It can be fun. You get to learn a lot. It's a lot of fun stories and stuff. But
Ken's got stories.
Right, but you know what it did? It also, you know what it did? That's what bred the mean tweets episode. Because that's what happened.
I haven't done that in a while.
Because you know what it is that when people can ask you questions and whatever, and they feel like they're talking to you, they feel like they can be mean to you too.
They bully you.
Oh yeah, they did. But we might do it again. We'll see. I might. If I'm in a mood, we will.
Okay.
I'll tell you stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how Melanie's doing. Otherwise, it'll just be me and you and Helen, and that's probably about it. And Murphy.
Murphy can hold down the fort.
She can hold down the fort. She's good. Anyway.
She's good like that.
All right. Okay. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us. If you're a curly hairstylist, remember rawcurls.com/academy. Grab one of those curly hair workshops. Get trained, and we'll see you next week. We'll see you next week, Monday.
Great.